Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Jeff, and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic. And today I wanted to dive into just a full-on blood tokens vampire deck. And so almost every single card in here is just focused on blood tokens and just seeing how good that format is. The main card that actually made me think of this beforehand was Sanguine Statuette. I played this in a limited format, and it was just my best card in the deck. Like it dealt so much damage for me, being just a good hasty 3/3 that comes in and being able to use the blood tokens, which is really nice because you can play one of these out on turn 2, the next one out on turn 3, have the extra mana to sacrifice the blood token. All of a sudden, you swing it in and dealing 6 points of damage, and very few things are blocking it. That, of course, was really good in a limited format. We're going to see how well it does in constructed. I still think it'll be pretty decent. And the main other thing here is that we're just playing lots of stuff that creates blood tokens, and we have Anje, Maid of Dishonor, 4 mana, 4/5. We can basically, it creates lots of blood tokens, and then we can pay 2 mana to sacrifice a blood token or another creature, and each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. If that sticks on the battlefield for a while, that's really, really powerful. And not only that, but like go in for combat damage, see how they blocked, and all of a sudden like, hey, well, we're gonna sacrifice all the creatures that you blocked. You take 2 damage for all of those ones anyway, and now game's over, basically, like with the damage. And so you can do some pretty sweet stuff with Anje. We also have Bloodvial Purveyor, which is pretty crazy too. 4 mana, 5/6 with flying and trample. Just there it is. Like, and there's not a whole lot of downside on this. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player creates a blood token. So like, sure, they get to make blood tokens, but that also becomes a buff for us. And whenever he attacks, it gets +1/+0 until end of turn for each blood token token defending player controls. So they have the ability to start filtering, which can be really good for the opponent. But at the same time, though, they have to spend mana doing that. They have to do whatever else. And this is just a 4 mana 5/6 that can be a 4 mana 7/6 on their turn because they cast 2 spells or whatever, or on the next turn. And so 4 mana 7/6s with flying and trample are good. They're very, very good. I think this is one of the most busted cards from the new set. Like, it's really, really good. And so I wanted to kind of just go in all with the blood tokens. We, of course, don't make blood tokens for their side of the board as much. I think that's the only card that really does it. It'd be interesting to see if we run up against another blood token deck that this just becomes really busted. We really hope we don't run up against another Bloodvial Purveyor. That would be really bad because we're going to make tons and tons of blood tokens and go off. We also have Vampire's Kiss, which is, again, is just another 2 mana way to deal 2 damage, gain 2 life, go off with it. Our deck is missing a little bit on removal because I went all in on these blood tokens. Bloodtithe Harvester creates blood tokens for us, and it can sacrifice to kill basically anything. So, and it's also just a 2 mana 3/2. 2 mana 3/2s are not bad. If they can also kill things, I like it. So anyway, that's the deck. Let's go ahead and dive into the gameplay, see how this one does for us, and wish me luck. Here we go. Let's see what we're up against. We're up against Kick, and kind of awkward. I have the 1 tap land here, and not really a good way to get around it. But we can play this out on turn 2. So we're gonna try this out, and then we can cycle away things if we need to. Well, I'd really like to get to the Blood Purveyor on turn 4, so maybe I should be playing out this Skullcairn a little bit earlier. There we go. Play this out, play this guy out, pass the turn. All right, so what does this one do again? Can't block, deals combat damage to a player, create a blood token. I can pay a black, sacrifice 2 blood tokens, and return it from the graveyard to the battlefield. That's actually really good. All right, Swamp. Nothing with haste, right? Yeah, so let's go ahead and attack in. Just go with some threats. Get out the 3/1s with evasiveness, you know, hit that for damages. Get out Blood Purveyor, hopefully next turn. Land? Oh, no. Let's see if they're willing to trade off here. I might just go for another Forebear. This is 4 damage. 4 damage is good. Hitting a land would be fantastic, but yeah, I think we'll just go as aggressive as possible. Okay, 2 blood tokens. Yeah, what do people do against this? Like, it dies to a lot of removal. It dies to Skyclave Apparition, dies to whatever else. But still, like, that's a busted card right there. I'm really excited for it. Gnarled Professor. Does this have reach? Does not have reach. Therefore, mana 5/4 is not even close to this guy. Oh, we still don't have a land. All right, well, do I start cracking these things? Go to combat first. I think down to 8. Create some blood tokens. Not a whole lot of red mana either. Let's get rid of... So use a blood token real quick. Let's drop Pit Fighter. I like the 1 point of damage that this gets in just naturally. So I think Pit Fighter probably won't do as good against this matchup. Statuette is pretty nice. We can use that next turn. Not a land, though. We're really hoping for a land there. Let's go Blood Harvester. Even if we just go Statuette next turn, we have quite a bit of damage running at their face. We can also just kill the Gnarl Professor here as well by tapping this down. Yeah, like, we're set up, you know? Alright, so they have 6 mana. Environmental Sciences. They must not have a whole lot of good stuff in hand. They're not trying to fix their mana with that. Another Gnarl Professor. Gnarly, dude. All right, we just need to find land. There it is. There she blows. All right, here's the question. Anje. We go for the Blood Purveyor here. Whenever they cast a spell, yeah. So we just attack in with these fellas. Down to 4. We play out a Blood Purveyor. Bloodvial Purveyor. So good. All right, so do we kill an Gnarl Professor here? That's the question. Is it actually worth it? Basic Conjuration. It's also just a good threat. If they attack in, like, we still have threats going on for us. We'll do it just to do it. You're dead. A 2-drop kills a 4-drop. I like it. This actually might be a lot more powerful than I expected. All right, they make a blood token. You're welcome. That won't hurt you at all. This also gains 3 life. I always forget about that. Yeah. And now they, yeah. Oh gosh. Dude, Bloodlight Purveyor is so busted. So good. Up against Vermora, and 2-drop, 3-drop, their flyers being on the play, that's pretty solid. So we'll keep this hand. Swamp go, pass the turn. Pathway, Bloodcaster, go. Whenever it or another non-token creature control dies, create a blood token. Whenever you create a blood token, if you have 5 or more blood tokens, transform this into a 3/3 flyer that creates bats every turn. It's solid. Let's play it out, attack in. And then we'll have Anje. Whenever it or another vampire enters the battlefield under control, 1 or more other vampires enter the control, gets to create blood tokens. Only triggers once each turn. That is a little bit annoying, but that's fine. Vampire's Kiss. All right, so Castle Dracula, I guess I can get out. It doesn't really matter here now. Anje is also just a 4-mana 4/5. Like, it's actually good in the format right now. We're just trying to make as many blood tokens as it can to get up this up to start making really good stuff. This is great on turn 2, where it doesn't actually make anything. It's fantastic later on as well. No blocks, that's fine. Down to 13. Let's start gaining some life now. All right, let's I think we win on this turn. Let me do this outright. Okay, so we have Bloodcaster we play out first. I don't think this gets haste, unfortunately. So that's probably the main thing that doesn't let us win here. But create 2 blood tokens. That's enough to transform these fellas. And unfortunately, this one doesn't get haste. And then we go to combat. Which ones are the new ones? I don't know if I think they get haste, but I can't remember. All attack. Yeah, I think that's lethal. Yeah. All right. That's awesome. Woo, okay, that's super cool. All right. I was definitely undervaluing, I think, the Dracula or whatever. That's Voldaren Bloodcaster. That's good stuff. Creates bats as it's attacking in and everything. All right. This is a good deck. I like it. Up against Ohana. Fun fact. This guy actually lived in Hawaii for a couple years. We're going to keep this. It's a little bit awkward with the tap land, and I think we do lead off with that. And I'm fine playing out the Pit Fighter a little bit later. These Harvesters are actually sweet, too. I'm excited to see how good these guys are in general. They get value immediately. It's a 2-mana 3/2 that gets at least some value immediately, and then can kill other people's stuff if it ever gets outclassed, which does happen often enough with these kinds of guys. All right, so does anything have haste here? No. All right, so we just attack in. Down to 17. Another Harvester. And then Pit Fighter. That's fine. All right, cool. Celestis. Sweet, exactly what we're looking for right there. I think it is Anje. Yeah, it dodges a lot of the removal in their side of the stuff anyway. Let's go ahead and attack in first. That's 6 damage. I like it. Anje. And now if we find a land, we have 1 damage here plus 4. So 5, 9. Yeah, that's lethal pretty quickly if they don't have lots of answers right now. Goldspan Dragon, that's fine. All right, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They block here, and we're still in fantastic shape, right? I could kill Goldspan Dragon. Nah, let's just go all in. I guess it's better to just make sure one of them dies instead of having to do this, because yeah, so it would have been better to kill it. I was just thinking he would get a treasure, but that's only if it becomes a target of a spell, and he wasn't going to become a target of a spell. All right, so yep, you die there. And we can actually throw these guys out as well. We can use Andre, but we have it all right here. All right. Just a few blood tokens. No big deal. That's so many. We had 8 blood tokens by turn 5. This makes a lot of blood tokens. That's pretty cool stuff. All right, up against Jarden, and pretty good hand. We're going to keep this one. Lunarch Veteran. Up against mono white, and we're on the draw. This might be a little bit difficult now. Voice of the Blessed. All right, not having any removal is really gonna hurt here. All right, go with Statuette. Pass the turn. Bloodline Purveyor is really awesome. If we can keep them from making this too massive, then we're gonna be fine. But yeah, the flying and vigilance is what's really gonna hurt us. And that we're trying to like go with a game of so we win by attrition with this deck, and they're getting enough life that it's not gonna help us a whole lot. This can't block stuff except yeah, I can't block anything. So is it better to go for Statuette? Just hit them? I don't think so. Let's go with I guess it's just Forebear. I could try to find removal by sacking a blood token, hitting in for 3, dig for our guy that sacrifices and kills stuff, but I just don't think it'll be able to keep pace with this Voice of the Blessed, and that would be like we'd have to get the perfect top deck to make it work. So I think we just try to build our board. We get up Bloodline Purveyor, and we hope that that's enough for a while. Yep, creates a dude. Bad stuff. All right, that's what we were looking at. So it was on the top. That's That's good to know. If they gain enough life here, they get through this guy pretty easily. Getting this guy out earlier could be better. Anje lets us create a lot more blood tokens. Go for the Purveyor. Attack in here. Getting out Anje could have been nice because we could at least start finding ways to gain life and kind of keep going. Tar's Call. The end step, you make a token. Yeah, Flying in Vigilance. We really need to get out this Harvester and quick. We can actually kill this, I think, pretty well if we get there. Yeah, we have to go Harvester first. It would be nice to be able to gain a little bit more treasures, blood tokens. But let's see here. Gain some life, get some more blood tokens. It's not going to help being a blocker here. I don't want to block with Purveyor, so let's go ahead and pressure while I can. You become a 6/6. Trade off with Voice of the Blessed. They won't actually trade off here. The issue here is that they can attack him with the other stuff. Pass turn. Okay. I probably should have attacked in here anyway. Counters on target creature you control whenever you gain life. Yeah, they're going to gain some life this next turn. So we do get to kill this Voice of the Blessed, which is really good. They're going to put lots of counters onto it, though. It'll become indestructible, potentially. So right now we can do -10 to it. Yeah, so we still are... Yeah, we're good. Okay. Dracula. Anje. Where X is twice the number of blood tokens you have, so -12. Okay, so you're dead. And now Anje. Sacrifice a blood token. Take action, create a 3/3. All right, so how aggressive can I go? I swing in here. Our life total is still at 7. Anytime they gain life, they can put counters onto stuff, so we're in a little bit of trouble. We swing in here. For 6. I think we stay a little bit safer. We hold back the Purveyor for this turn. We need to be able to block at least a couple things. They still have potentially a Cave of the Frost Giants, a bunch of guys. Yeah, now if they want to trade off, that's fantastic. They got rid of their way of gaining life. Okay. Sounds good to me. All right. Yeah, now we're in fantastic shape. There's Doomscar. All right. Annoying. We have another Anje, though, so we're fine. And this comes back. And we got the land to be able to do it. So sweet stuff. Yeah, so now we go Anje. I can do this at instant speed, right? Yeah, good stuff. This can also be done at instant speed. Pass the turn. Voice. Phantom. So whenever something leaves the battlefield. Got it. Okay, sacrifice those. Activate this. Sacrifice the one we just made. Ooh, yes. Good card. Make another token right then, and then we transform. We go all in. We have enough life gain, we should be just fine. And now a fairly decent blocker. Okay, they block there, that's fine. Again, getting rid of their way of gaining life. And pass turn. I like this deck. This is good. I don't think I have every part of it perfectly planned out, but like this does some pretty sweet stuff. You gain life equal to its toughness. Ah, that's annoying. All right, that's fine. Another Voice of the Blessed. You have to gain life with both of them. Counters onto it. Not on the attacker. Interesting. They're staying in the game, that's for sure. All right, bring this fella back. And the bats stay around too. The bats stay around too? So good. Okay, another token. Yeah, try to create lethal here. Yeah, opponent scoops it up. Yeah, they're down to 8, down to 6. We hit in for 6 right there. Actually, more because we'll have the bat tokens as well. It's just so good. I really, really like this. All right, up against Prince Prospero and Sweet Hand. We'll keep this one. Yeah, go for the Epicure here first. That's the turn. I like this because Harvester's a really good play, regardless of what they end up playing. If they're playing creatures, sweet. If they're playing, you know, whatever else, sweet. All right, play out the Swamp. Bloodcaster, they have a blocker now for it, so not quite as good. So we go for the Bloodtithe Harvester. We attack in. Down to 18, pass the turn. Soaring Thought Thief. Is this still a thing? Why am I playing against rogues? That's the worst. There's nothing worse than this. I'm just gonna get in for damage. We're gonna go a little bit aggressive. Down to 15. Pass the turn. I'd actually like to see if they can flip over a couple of these guys so we can just grow our board like crazy. Poison Cup, it dies. We get another blood token. Cool. Yep, there's one. There's two. Seems legit. Do I actually just want to get those guys out right away? It might be the best possible thing. All right, so I don't have enough blood tokens just yet. All right, we actually do. Statuette. Glad it paid for the right things there. Go for one of these guys coming back right now. Sacrifice these two. This becomes a hasty dude. Take action, doesn't matter. Bring the other one back on their end step. Pass the turn. Good game indeed. Take that, rogues. Don't show your face up here again, ever. Not in my house. All right. Well, that was awesome. That was fun. So I mean, we were on the play 4 times, but dude, that deck felt so solid. Like I never really felt like we were really far behind. There was like a tough matchup there here and there, but like the deck just rocked. It was so good, dude. Blood tokens are busted. I'm not sure if it's like good enough to go into historic or anything like that, but I feel like in the constructed format, actually, like this does good stuff. It's good things, and I think right now the biggest thing is like people don't know what to do about it. They're like, wait, what are you doing? Why is that working? And it works. Okay, it's good stuff. So I like this deck. I kind of like how it worked out. We never got to see Olivia, but I like that's another good like great top deck as well. Like late game 6 mana, it's a 3/4 flying and haste. There's not a ton of flyers in the format right now too. There are the occasional reach creatures, there are the few flyers out there, but for the most part, being able to attack in with this and just be able to get anything from the graveyard. And the main thing is we want to be able to grab an Anje or a Bloodvial Purveyor and just make sure that we keep those guys on the board, so then we can kind of keep going off with the blood tokens, dealing damage and whatever. When you don't control the legendary vampire, exile this card. That's the biggest issue. The nice thing is if you have an Anje, it's a legendary vampire. It keeps itself alive. And so they have to actually just kill it and not just another legendary thing. You can also have Valentin as well to be able to make sure you can kind of hit other stuff. And so we have some value there, but like, that's kind of the main idea of Olivia, is just, it's another way to make sure we keep Anje on the battlefield. Anje is a really big part of the deck, making sure we can just spend the mana to, and it works so well. Like where it's like, okay, we're going to attack in, and because we've already had 4 mana, this is going to potentially be another 4 points of life dealt to you. And so you're going to have to block really aggressively. And with how many flyers we have, that just gets in for so much damage. Bloodtithe Harvester was so good there. I was really not sure about it. So busted. So good. I'm a big fan of this card. I think it's solid. It has to be in a deck where you're making enough tokens, but I don't think we even have to go as aggressively as we were with the tokens here. Like I think it could be less, super solid. We killed the Voice of the Blessed. That was a 10/10 with this. That's a pretty good trade-off for 2/2s. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.